Imagine waking up one morning to discover that every ocean on Earth has simply disappeared. Where oceans once covered most of the planet, there is now only exposed land stretching beyond the horizon. For millions of years, those oceans shaped climate, ecosystems, and the lives of countless species. Without that enormous reservoir of heat and moisture, Earth's climate would begin to change. So what would happen to Earth if its oceans vanished completely? The first thing we would see is not an empty coastline, but an entirely new landscape beneath our feet. Some of these newly exposed landscapes would stretch across areas larger than entire countries. Every coastline would disappear, replaced by an entirely new boundary between land and air. Entire underwater mountain ranges, hidden for millions of years, would suddenly stand beneath the open sky. The planet would suddenly have an enormous new surface exposed directly to sunlight, wind, and the atmosphere. These sediments would contain chemical records of an ocean that had shaped Earth for millions of years. And within those layers lies evidence of how the ocean once exchanged heat, minerals, and gases with the atmosphere. Without the oceans, Earth would lose the vast thermal reservoir that normally absorbs and redistributes enormous amounts of heat. Without that heat-moving system, the familiar circulation of Earth's climate would begin to break apart. And with the oceans gone, one of Earth's greatest sources of atmospheric moisture would disappear with them. And that would be only the beginning, because removing the ocean would destabilize systems far beyond the shoreline. Without the ocean moderating Earth's temperatures, the difference between heat and cold would become far more extreme. Days would heat the exposed surface intensely, while nights could lose that stored warmth far more quickly. With far less evaporation, the atmosphere would gradually lose one of its greatest sources of moisture. Rainfall would no longer follow the patterns that ecosystems and civilizations have evolved around. Clouds would form differently, move differently, and carry far less moisture across the planet. The stable climate that life evolved within would begin to fade, replaced by a far more unpredictable planet. But the most immediate loss would be the ocean itself and the living world that depended on it. Whales, dolphins, fish, and countless other species would lose the ecosystems they depend on. Coral reefs, deep-sea habitats, and coastal ecosystems would vanish with the water that created them. And when those habitats disappear, the food webs built around them begin to collapse from the bottom up. At the foundation of this vast food web are organisms almost too small to see: microscopic plankton. Plankton also help produce a significant share of the oxygen entering our atmosphere, linking the ocean to life on land. And that is why the ocean's disappearance would not stop with marine life. Its consequences would reach every part of human civilization. For modern civilization, oceans are more than water. They are the highways connecting continents. Without the water, ports would become stranded infrastructure, separated from the very routes they were built to serve. The disappearance of the oceans would also remove a vast source of food that feeds billions of people. Coastal cities would face another problem. Systems built around seawater, rainfall, and rivers would no longer behave as they once did. Our cities, economies, food systems, and trade networks were never truly independent of the ocean. Without its oceans, Earth would no longer look like the blue planet we have known for thousands of years. The exposed ocean floor would become one of the largest new landscapes in human history. Some forms of life might adapt, but the world they evolved for would be gone. Because the ocean was never just water. It was one of the systems that made our planet habitable. Perhaps the greatest lesson is this: we never truly lived beside the ocean. We lived because of it.